Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me here again from my living room to yours on Wake Up Yoga Online. Um, this is going to be a pretty quick 45-minute, somewhat invigorating flow, so nothing too crazy, but we will get moving, build a little bit of heat today. Um, I don't have any props with me today except for a blanket to sit on in the very beginning of class. So if you want to take a moment to gather a blanket or a pillow or just something to sit up on for a few moments, um, we won't need any blocks today or anything else. So um, you can, yeah, just grab a blanket or a pillow. Also, we're going to start out with some alternate nostril breathing. So, if you want to take a second to maybe go wash your hands or grab some hand sanitizer, safety first here, these weird times, right? Um, so, yeah, we're going to start with that. And otherwise, maybe light some candles, put on some music, and come to join me on my mat. All right, so we're gonna get started here in a comfortable cross-legged seat. Like I said, I'm gonna sit up on top of a blanket. You can also sit on a pillow. Just anywhere to bring your hips over your knees. Just come to sit up nice and tall. Shrug the shoulders forward, up to the ears, back and down. And then just take a moment here, maybe let the eyes close if you like. Allow yourself to come to arrive here on your mat. And just give yourself a moment to feel a little bit of joy just for the fact that you have arrived here today on your mat, ready to move, ready to practice some yoga. We all have this desire somewhere in there to move. Our bodies were really created to move, they're meant to move. So I invite you today to just bring a little joy to your practice. This isn't something that you need to take super seriously. Well, of course, we take it seriously because it's our practice, but there's not going to be any crazy instruction here or anything you probably haven't seen before. So just allow yourself to find some joy in it, maybe a little bit of playfulness today. Yeah, so let's once again shrug the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let's all take a nice deep full breath in. Open the mouth, let it out with a sigh. And then go ahead and blink the eyes open. And as I said, we're gonna start off with a little bit of Nadi Shodhana, some alternate nostril breathing. So you're gonna take your left hand, flip it up toward the sky, bring the thumb and the first finger to touch. And then take your right hand, bring it in front of your face, make a fist. Release your thumb and your ring finger, and your pinky will probably come for the ride, so you'll have this kind of Hawaii hang 10 sign here. You'll take your right thumb, place it outside your right nostril, and then take your ring finger, place it outside the left nostril. And then before we start, we'll take a deep full breath in through both nostrils here. And deep breath out through both. And then you're gonna close the right nostril with the thumb and inhale through just the left side for a count of 3, 2, 1. And then close the left nostril, exhale out the right for 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right nostril for 3, 2, 1. And then close the right nostril, exhale out the left for 3. That was 1 round. Next time you inhale through the left side for a count of 3, close the left nostril, exhale out the right for 3. Inhale through the right nostril for 3. And then close the right nostril, exhale out the left for 3. So then go ahead and keep going here on your own, just for a couple more rounds. I love this breathing practice. I've been doing it almost every day recently. It's just a great sort of cleansing technique to balance out your mind a little bit, balance out the breath. Feel free to make the inhales and the exhales longer or shorter, depending on what's feeling right for you today. But try to make them equal in length. So maybe using the counting technique to make sure they're all equal in length. And then, without any rush to get there, the next time you exhale out the left side, you can finish up. And when you do, just go ahead and bring both hands back down to your thighs here for a moment. You could let the eyes close again, or maybe just take a soft gaze in front of you. And just pause for a moment, feel the effects of that breath. Yeah, nice. And then gently blink the eyes back open here. We're going to do another nice big shoulder roll. So as you inhale, shift the shoulders forward and up to the ears. Big exhale, roll them back and down. We're going to make sure we're sitting up nice and tall here. Feel the spine nice and long. And then we'll just nice and gently drop the right ear toward the right shoulder. Let this left shoulder just kind of gently drift away. You could even take your left hand and place it on the ground. Give that shoulder even a little more space. And then if you want to intensify this just a little bit, you can take your right hand and gently place it on top of your left ear. Try not to tug anything, just give yourself a little gentle pressure there. Take a deep full breath in and a deep breath out. We'll keep the ear to the shoulder, but gently release the right hand. Bring the left hand back to the thigh. And letting the chin be really heavy, let the chin slowly roll toward your chest until you're just gazing straight down, kind of down at your sternum. And feel the back of the neck and down into the shoulder blades. Start to gently stretch and open up. Give them a little breathing room. Take a nice deep breath in here and out. And then nice and gently lift the head back up to center. We'll go ahead and sit up nice and tall once again, and then gently let the left ear drift over to the left shoulder. Pause here just for a moment. Feel that right shoulder dripping away. If you'd like, maybe release the right hand down beside you. Maybe you take that left hand, place it on top of the right ear. Take a deep full breath in here. And a deep breath out. And gently release that left hand. Bring the right hand back to the thigh. Let the chin be heavy. Once again, start to gently roll the shin toward the chest until you're gazing straight down your center, gazing down toward your belly button. Take another deep breath into the back of the neck and the shoulder blade area. And then gently, slowly lift the head back up to center. You'll slowly take the arms, bring them out to a T, and then reach behind you so you can clasp the hands together. Interlace the fingers and give yourself a nice stretch. Reach the fists toward the wall that's behind you. Let the heart open up a little bit. Feel some stretch in the front of the shoulders now. You gaze up toward your ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Go ahead and let that go. Once again, roll the shoulders forward and up and then back and down. Nice. With an inhale, open the arms out to a T. Float the thumbs to face the sky. We'll take a deep, full breath in. As you exhale, cross the arms. Bring the right arm over top on the top, and then give yourself a hug. Bring the hands to the back of the body. And just pause here for a second. Just feel it. Give yourself a big hug. And then you could stay just like this if this is an intense shoulder stretch, or you could release the hands, bring the backs of the hands to touch in front of you, or even wrap one time to bring the palms to touch. Feel the shoulders drift away from the ears. Bring the shoulders back toward the body as you press the elbows away. Give yourself a stretch there. And then take a big inhale, sit up tall. As you exhale, start to twist to your right, turning your gaze over your right shoulder. You might not go very far at first, that's okay. Just enjoy that sensation, that beginning of awakening the spine. We'll take another deep breath in, sit up a little taller. Exhale, twist just a little bit more. And then go ahead and release your arms. Bring that right hand behind you. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Yeah, so take a deep, full breath in here. Open up the collarbones. And then big exhale, unwind. Come on back to center. Roll the shoulders if you like. Next inhale, open up the arms way out to a T. Thumbs point up. As you exhale, cross the arms. This time the left arm goes over top. Give yourself a hug. Pause here for a moment. Just feel it. Feel the love. Feel the joy. And then either stay here or take whatever version you'd like on this side, backs of the hands or palms pressing. Take a nice big inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, twist to your left. Again, maybe not going super far right away, that's okay. We'll take another big breath in, sit up tall. Big breath out, twist a little further, and then go ahead and release the arms. Bring the left hand behind you, right hand to the outer left thigh. Collarbones nice and open. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, unwind, come back to center. One more shoulder roll, forward, up, back, and down. And then come off of whatever you're sitting on. And you're going to make your way into hands and knees here. Just going to check while we transition here that I'm still recording. Okay, looks good. All right, so coming to your hands and your knees. Set up here, bring the wrists right underneath your shoulders. Bring the hips right over the knees. Let your toes be untucked behind you so the tops of the feet are pressing into the floor. Spread the fingers here really nice and wide so you can feel the earth underneath your hands really root down into the heels of the hands, the palms, the knuckles, all the way to the fingertips. And then we'll start with some nice gentle cats and cows. So as you inhale, lift the tailbone, press the belly down, open the heart, lift your gaze. As you exhale, tuck the tail under, hollow the belly, drop the head and gaze back toward your navel. Next inhale, lift the tail, belly presses down, heart opens, collarbones wide, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck the tail, hollow the belly, round the spine. And then keep going here with your own breath, inhaling and exhaling through your cats and your cows. If there's any other movements that want to creep in here, go ahead and find them. Maybe your tail starts to wag side to side. Maybe you turn your gaze over each shoulder. Maybe the hips want to circle a bit. Let's go ahead and play around. Find that sweet spot that brings you some extra joy in the movement here. This is your chance to really explore. And then when you're ready, come on back to your neutral spine here in your hands and knees. We're going to tuck the toes under here. Press down into the hands, float the hips up and back. Make your way to downward facing dog. And go ahead and continue to find some movement here. Pedal the feet a little bit. Maybe you bend both knees. Warm up those feet. Sway the hips side to side. Open your mouth wide. Stretch out your jaw. Puff up your cheeks. And then come to find some stillness here. Root into the hands. Stretch the hips a little bit higher toward the sky, really lengthening the spine. Take a nice big inhale here. Open up the mouth. Let it go. The next time you inhale, we're going to come forward into a high plank shape, the top of a push-up. Pause here just for a moment. Feel the belly start to fire up. Press into the hands. Open up the collarbones. Feel the ribs and the hips moving together in the center of the body. So really scrunching up the front of the body. Feel that core working. We'll take one more inhale here. As you exhale, lower the knees to the mat. Keep the hips high, bend the elbows, lower the chest and the chin to Ashta Pranam. As you inhale, slide forward to the belly, untuck the toes, lift the head and the heart to a baby cobra and pause here. Press down into the feet, lift the knees, gaze forward and down. Take a big breath in, feel the collarbones nice and wide. And then staying right here as you are, you're going to bend those knees, bring the heels in close to the sitting bones, finding this little swan shape just for a moment. And then go ahead and stretch the feet back out long. You're going to press yourself up, come through hands and knees, and go right back into a child's pose here. Bring the forehead to the floor. If the floor feels far, grab your blanket or your pillow or whatever you were using before. Just gently slide it under there. Take a moment here to check in. Notice your breath. Notice the body. Reconnect with your sense of joy here. The joy of already having begun to move. And then from here, we're going to take a little side stretch. So press down into the hands so that the elbows lift. You're going to walk both hands over toward the top left corner of your mat. Something when you feel a side stretch on the right side of your body. You could take your right hand and place it on top of the left if that's helpful. And then really let that right hip sink down and away from the hands. Let's take a couple breaths into the side body here. And then gently walk the hands back to center. We're going to go right to the other side. So walk toward the top right-hand corner of the mat. This time maybe the left hand goes on top of the right. Sit that left hip back toward the left heel. Take a big breath in. And big breath out. Nice. And then walk the hands back to center one more time. Big breath in child's pose. And then root into the hands, press yourself up, back to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. From here, Gaze forward toward the hands, bend the knees, walk the feet all the way to the top of your mat, coming to land in a ragdoll shape. So you can heel toe your feet out nice and wide. Let yourself dangle forward, bend the knees. You might take hold of opposite elbows here and sway from side to side. Nod your head yes a few times. Shake your head no. And then release what you're holding. Take a big breath in here. Bend the knees deeply as you exhale. Slowly roll all the way to standing, one vertebra at a time. Nice. When you arrive at the top of your mat, give the shoulders a big roll forward, up, back, and down. And then come to find your Tadasana. Bring your feet just about hip-width distance apart. Feet root down into the floor. Stand up nice and tall. Open the collarbones. Flip the palms forward. Notice what it feels like to stand strong and tall here in your mountain pose, Tadasana. Yeah, nice long spine, nice open heart. Strong and tall. The next time you inhale, we're going to sweep the arms out and all the way up alongside the ears. As you exhale, you'll fold in half over your legs. Come to Uttanasana, head heavy. You'll inhale the palms to the shins. As you exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, and step the left leg long behind you, arriving in a lunge. Open up the heart here, gaze forward, and then lower that back knee down. With a big inhale, we'll inhale the arms forward and up. Maybe lift the heart a little bit. Yeah, and then exhale, bring the hands down, tuck the back toes, lift the knees, step back, downward facing dog. With an inhale here, we'll come forward into a high plank, top of a push-up. And then as you exhale, lift the hips, return to your downward facing dog. We'll do that 2 more times, flowing with the breath. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, hips high, downward dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. And exhale to downward facing dog. All right, one more time, we'll come forward to high plank. This time, exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, Ashta Pranam. Inhale to the belly, untug the toes, lift the heart, baby cobra. Bend the knees, find your swan shape. And then exhale, press yourself back. Once again, coming to a child's pose for a moment. Inhale, come up, hands and knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Next inhale, float the right leg up and back. Take a moment to bend the knee and open the hip here. So you're opening up the whole right side body. Keep the hands planted, both hands equally pressing into the mat. Shoulders stay squared, but let that hip really open up. And then inhale to square the hips. Exhale, bend the knees, step the foot forward into a lunge. So this time we're going to rise up again. You can lower the back knee down like we did before, or you can lift it up. Engage the belly here. Big inhale, float the arms forward and up. Slow lunge here. Feel the feet, both feet pressing into the floor. Let that be your stability so you can kind of soften. Allow the top half of the body to be nice and easy here. Yeah, feel that upper, lower difference. Take a big inhale, stretch up, get some length. Exhale, hands come down. From here, root into your left hand. With an inhale, float the right hand to the sky. Nice twist here. You can stay just like this, or you can start to circle that arm. Drawing big circles with the fingers. It's bringing some movement to the shoulder. If you've done that, go ahead and reverse it. Just explore the space here. Explore that space around you. And then one more inhale, lift the fingers back to the sky. Exhale, unwind, hands frame the foot. You're going to engage the belly. Step the left foot all the way forward to meet the right. Inhale with a long spine. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arms sweep out and all the way up, palms press. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms come out and up, palms press. Exhale, fold in half over your legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms. This time, the right foot steps all the way back, arriving in a lunge on the left side. Feel the difference here for a moment. And then gently lower the back knee down. You'll engage the belly. With an inhale, float the arms forward and up. Nice little lunge here. Again, feel the stability in the lower half of the body pressing down as the top half nice and relaxed here. Take a big breath in and then exhale, hands come down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step it back, downward dog. Now once again, we're going to flow with our breath here a few times. As you inhale, come forward, high plank. As you exhale, lift the hips, downward dog. Big inhale, come forward, high plank. Big exhale, hips lift, downward dog. Once again, inhale and exhale. Nice. We'll inhale one more time to high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. One more time, Ashtapranam. Inhale to the belly, untuck the toes, lift the heart. Bend the knees, maybe find your little swan. Exhale. Go ahead and release the toes, press yourself back. Child's pose for just a breath here. Inhale, lift back up to tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. We'll inhale the left leg up and back, bend the knee, stack the hip. Again, hands pressing down, shoulders squared to the mat. Find that stretch, that deep stretch. Breathe into it, enjoy it. And then inhale to square the hips back to the mat. Exhale, bend the knee, step the foot forward into your lunge. Now here, again, you have a choice, knee up or down. Engage the belly with a big inhale. Float the arms forward and up, low lunge. Press those feet into the floor. Find your stability there. One more big breath in, reach up, grow long, and then exhale, hands come down. Pour weight into that right palm with an inhale. Float the left fingers to the sky. Nice twist here. Staying just like this if you like, or maybe you start to circle that arm a little bit. Yeah, find some exploration of your kinesphere. That's all the space around you that you can reach. And then one more inhale, stretches the fingers to the sky. Big exhale, unwind, frame the foot. Engage the belly so you can step all the way forward to the top of your mat. Big inhale, palms to shins, find a long spine. Big exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arms sweep out and all the way up, palms press above you. Exhale, hands to heart center. Once again, we'll inhale the arms out and all the way up. Exhale, fold in half. Long spine, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to a high plank. Feel free to lower knees, chest, and chin as long as you like. Otherwise, we'll start to practice chaturanga here. Big inhale. Exhale, lower about halfway down, elbows in toward the body. Inhale, slide forward, upward facing dog. Even from here, if you like, bend the knees, find your little swan shape, lift the heart, and then exhale, come back into a child's pose. Inhale, pull forward, tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. From here, I'll invite you to practice some hopping if you like. This is always optional. So, just from where you are, we'll use a 3-part breath to practice this. So inhale as you lift the heels, exhale as you bend the knees, and then inhale to hop in place. Just lift those hips up. So again, that's inhale to lift the heels, exhale, bend the knees, and inhale to hop. So you guys keep going. I'm gonna stop. Just while you practice that a couple more times, find the joy in this. We used to love to jump around when we were little kids, right? My best friend and I used to jump all day. So, have fun with it. Be playful. And then when you're done, go ahead and let that go. Come back to stillness. We'll take a big breath in. Open the mouth. Exhale with a sigh. Next inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, or maybe hop to the top of the mat. We'll inhale with a long spine. Exhale to fold in half. Inhale, arms sweep. Out and all the way up, palms press above you. And then exhale, the hands to your heart center. From here, we'll inhale to bend the knees and sink the hips, sweep the arms forward and up, finding Utkatasana, a chair pose. So sink those hips down and back, lift the heart. Yeah, find a smile, find your breath. Next inhale, lengthen the legs, stand up straight. Exhale, fold forward, head heavy. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, go straight to downward dog here, or you could flow through your vinyasa sequence. If you're flowing, don't forget your little swan shape. Press back, child's pose. And then make your way to downward facing dog. We'll inhale the right leg up and back behind you. As you exhale, bend the knee, step the foot all the way through to the top of your mat, coming back to your lunge. Engage the belly with an inhale, float the arms forward and up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Press those feet down, soften the shoulders. We'll bring the hands to press at heart center and then spin the back heel down, opening up into a warrior two here. Front heel lines up with the back arch. Again, feel the feet on the earth here. Press them down. And then open the arms nice and wide. Feel the strength and the softness here. This is a warrior pose. So what does that mean to you? Imagine you were playing pretend and you were dressed like a warrior. What does that mean? So on your next inhale, come to lengthen that front leg. Bring the hands to your hips here. Maybe shorten your stance just a little bit. And then we'll open the arms back out to a T. You're gonna inhale to lengthen here. Feel the hips start to swing back toward the wall behind you. And then reach the right hand forward away from your hips. And then go ahead and reach down, find your shin. Open up your heart here into triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Nice open space across the chest. Reach through the fingertips here. Take a breath. Yeah, and then big inhale, press into the feet, lift yourself all the way up. Bring the hands back to the hips. Turn the right toes to face the long side of your mat. We'll take a big inhale here. Stand up nice and tall. Big exhale as you hinge at your hips and fold forward. Let your head be heavy. Bring your hands to the floor here. Fingers line up with toe tips. Drop the head. And find your breath. Just a little moment of stillness within our flow here. Yeah, and then walk the hands back out in front of you. Bring the hands back to the hips. Big inhale, stand up nice and tall. You're gonna turn the right toes back to the top of the mat. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Big exhale, sink back into your warrior two, front knee bends. One more inhale here, feet pressed down. Exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot. Your choice here, flow through a vinyasa or go straight to your downward facing dog. We'll meet there in a moment. And your little swan if you're taking the vinyasa. Child's pose. Back to your downward dog. Yeah, big inhale here. Big exhale here. Big inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, step the foot forward. Press the feet into the floor here, engage the belly. Big inhale, arms sweep forward and up alongside the ears. Bring the palms to press here, spin the back heel down, front heel, back arch, front knee bends deeply. Feel those feet pressing into the earth and then open up the arms. Big stretch across the arms here, a big wingspan. Feel the fingertips to the fingertips. Yeah, and then inhale to lengthen the front leg. Bring the hands to the hips here. Shorten your stance just a little bit, and we'll head into triangle. Sit the hips back toward the wall behind you. Stretch that left arm long, reach away from the hips and then down. Find your shin, open up the heart. Yeah. Breathe here, nice space across the chest. And then with an inhale, come on back up to stand. Hands come to hips. Turn those left toes to face the long side of the mat so the feet are parallel here. Option this time to reach behind you, interlace your fingers. Take a big inhale, stand up tall, and then exhale as you fold. Reach those fists up and overhead. If this is feeling like too much on the shoulders, and it might be, that's okay. You can release that and just bring the hands down to the floor as we did before. Yeah. And then if you do still have your fists engaged, go ahead and release them. We'll all bring our hands down to the floor. We're going to work towards Skandasana here. So walk the hands out in front of you. Come up about halfway. You're going to start to bend into that right knee. Sink the hips down a little bit, and then straighten it. Same with the left. Bend into the left knee, sink it down, and then straighten. This time we're going to go all the way down, so bend that right knee. You're going to start to lift those left toes off of the mat. Maybe your right heel comes up off of the mat a little bit. Walk the hands over, press the right elbow into the right thigh. So you might be okay just like this. If you want to take it a little bit further, pour some weight into that right hand, and on an inhale, stretch the left fingertips to the sky, a little open twist. Yeah, take a big breath here. This can be a fun shape. And then exhale to unwind. We'll walk the hands back to center, drop both feet, pause in the middle here, take a little stretch. And then walk the hands forward once again. You'll bend into the left knee, sink the hips down, and lift those right toes this time. Press the left elbow into the left inner thigh. Give it a little pressure there, a little leverage. And then open up your heart. This might be just enough here, unless you'd like to take the twist. Inhale to float the right fingers to the sky. Open the heart. Notice. Take a big inhale, big exhale, unwind, come back to center. One more time, let the head be heavy, fold in half. And then we'll inhale, come up about halfway. Bring the hands to the hips, slowly bend the knees, let yourself come all the way back to standing. We'll turn the left toes back to the front of the mat. We'll open up the arms, take a big inhale, stretch up, big exhale, sink it down, warrior two, feet press down. Take a big inhale here, big exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot. Once again, straight to downward dog, or go ahead and flow here. Swan, child's pose. Downward dog, a little variation on that vinyasa today. So from here, we're gonna shorten the distance between the hands. So bring them just a little bit closer together than they normally would be. And then separate the feet. Bring the feet all the way to the sides of the mat. We're going to do another little hop here. Again, this is totally optional. We're going to end up hopping ourselves to the top of the mat to land in a malasana shape. So you can watch me first if you like. Go ahead and lower the knees and watch. You're going to do that 3-part breath. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to bend the knees. And then inhale to frog hop. It's fun. Let it be fun. Frog hop to the top of your mat and land in malasana. So you might not come all the way down. That's okay. You might keep your hands on the floor in front of you, or you might bring the hands to heart center. Yeah. Take a breath here. Beautiful. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Lift the hips. Heel toe the feet back in. Let the head hang for a second. Uttanasana. Inhale the hands to the shins. Find a long spine. Exhale, fold in half. One more time. We'll inhale. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the knees. Plant the palms. Go ahead and flow one more time. Step back to a high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Open the heart. Find your swan. Lift the heels and the toes. And then shift back to child's pose just for a moment. And then we'll make our way to downward facing dog. As you inhale, come forward once more into a high plank. As you exhale, lower all the way to your belly. You're going to bring your forehead to the floor here. Bring the arms long by your sides. Flip the palms down. Setting up for a couple of back bends here. So we're going to inhale to lift the head, lift the chest, lift the toes, and lift the fingers into Shalabhasana, locust pose. Take a breath here, find your breath, and feel that long spine. So the tailbone's reaching back behind you as the crown of the head is reaching forward. Nice reset for your spine after lots of sitting and, Netflix and everything. Take one more breath here. Exhale, lower down. Go ahead and turn one cheek to the mat. You could bend the knees and windshield wiper the feet side to side. And then come to set up again. Bring the forehead to the mat, hands flip down. We're going to inhale this time, lift everything up into your locust pose, and this time option to clasp the hands behind you and open up the chest. If that feels like too much, go ahead and let it go. And breathe into that spine. Find some length. Take one more breath in, lift up, exhale, lower down, turn your other cheek to the mat. Maybe bend the knees, windshield wiper the feet. We're going to do one more here, so go ahead and bring your forehead to the mat. You could take another locust pose like we just did. If you want to take it a little further, you could, before we lift, bring the heels toward the sits bones, just like we did in that swan shape. Bring the hands behind you to find the outside of the ankles or the feet. And then on a big inhale, press the shins toward the wall behind you. Open up the heart into Dhanurasana, a bow pose. Yeah, press those shins, those feet away from you. Open up your heart. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lower down. Yeah. And then bring the hands to the floor underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up towards hands and knees. And then make your way back to a child's pose once again. So you should feel really good after all that lengthening of the spine. Yeah, and then gently walk the hands in. Come on up to sit on your shins just for a moment. And then shift the hips over to one side. Bring the feet out in front of you. Yeah, so legs nice and long. Sit up nice and tall. Flex the feet. Reach the toes back towards you. We'll take a big inhale. Stretch the arms up alongside the ears. And big exhale. Fold in half. So take hold wherever you find comfortable here. Allow the spine to continue to lengthen. Grow the crown of the head toward the toes as you feel the tailbone reaching for the wall behind you. Let the shoulders soften. Take some nice deep breaths into the back of your heart and the back of your body, all through the spine. Maybe the low back is feeling sensitive here. Send it some breath, some love, some joy. And then big inhale to come all the way back to sitting. Start to bend the knees and bring the feet to the floor about hip-width distance apart. Take the hands behind you, bring them to the floor, fingers pointing toward the body. Take a moment to press down into the hands and the feet, and on a big inhale, lift the hips, coming into a reverse tabletop. Turn your gaze up toward the sky, nice long neck. Yeah. Fun with this. Maybe shift around a little bit. Take one more big breath in, lift the hips, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Come to lie down on your back here and hug those knees into your chest. That should feel really good right about now. You might rock side to side a little bit. You might circle. And then go ahead and let the knees drift to your left. Stack those knees and those hips and take a twist here. Open up the right arm, gaze out over that right shoulder. Take a nice deep full breath in. Feel it make its way all the way to the belly. Open up the mouth, exhale. Next time you inhale, draw the knees back to center. Pause just for a moment in between sides. And then drop your knees to the right. Open up the left arm to the side. Stack the hips, stack the knees. Take a nice deep full breath in here. Open the mouth and sigh. Sink in. And then as you inhale, draw the knees back up to center. And then I'll invite you here to just explore any last movements that you'd like to explore before we head into Shavasana. You might even want to pause the video for a moment if you want to go practice an inversion, or could be anything. Feel free to get a little wild here, get crazy, find some joy in some movement. Got my little cameo from my girl Sadie here. So yeah, go ahead, feel into it, find what would feel perfect to end this practice. And then as you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and make our way into Shavasana. So come to lie all the way down on your mat. Lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms. Take up as much space as you like. You might place that blanket that you have underneath the knees, or even place something over the eyes for kind of like a little eye pillow. And then start to just gently allow the floor to support you here. So let your body be heavy. Let the floor do its job. Let the earth hold you up. We'll take a nice deep full breath in through the nose. Open up the mouth, exhale. Let it go. Get a little heavier here. And take a moment to check into your body, really feel your body, feel the effects of your practice. Your body, your mind, your breath. And then you guys stay there. We're going to be here for about 4 or 5 more minutes. So you stay there. I'm going to sit up and just go ahead and allow your mind to begin to join your body here in stillness as you take rest. And I will leave you here to your Shavasana with some really beautiful words from Dana Folds. I felt that this really spoke to me at this point in time. I am filled with quiet joy for no reason, save the fact that I'm alive. The message I receive is clear. There's no time to lose from loving, no place but here to offer kindness, no day but this to be my true, unfettered self and pass the flame from heart to heart. This is the only moment that exists. So simple, so exquisite, and so real. slowly begin to deepen your breath. Feel that beautiful rush of the fresh air beginning to make its way back through the body. And then when you're ready, start to invite some small movements. So wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, circle the wrists and the ankles. Let the head turn from side to side. Maybe you stretch the arms all the way up alongside the ears. Big full body stretch. And then begin to bend into one knee and then the other. And gently make your way onto your right side. Curl up in a little ball there and pause. Taking this moment to find some big gratitude. First, thanking yourself for taking this time, carving this time out of your day just for you to come to your mat, to enjoy and practice the movement, practice the yoga. And then remembering always to thank and appreciate your beautiful body for all its amazing resilience and strength, and for everything that it does for you every day. And then thinking of one more thing, something else in your life that you're really grateful for today. When you're ready, press into the palms and slowly build your way up to sit, making your way back to a comfortable cross-legged seat. You can keep your gaze soft here. We'll gather the hands at heart center, gently lift the heart and bow the head. Take one more moment here just to feel the entire body and the breath within it. We'll lift the thumbs up to find the third eye. Lift your gaze and your heart, a gesture of inviting goodness and light. And then fold all the way forward to seal in your practice. Namaste. Thank you all so much, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me here today, once again from my living room. I just wanted to say that if anybody has questions, wants to reach out, just wants to chat, please feel free to find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Maggie Ludwig Albert, and then I'm also on Instagram, Yogi Mags. It's yogi_mags. That's where I post most of my updates about new online classes and things like that. And honestly, seriously, if you just need someone to talk to or want to reach out, please don't hesitate. Just know that I'm here. I miss you all so much, and I can't wait to see you all again soon. Thanks again.